Hey guys, this is Alicia PODFIC, and today we're going to be reading Baby Assassin by Candace W.T. The summary is, Bruce Wayne did not plan to acquire a child, especially not when dropped on him mid-patrol by Talia al Ghul. The boy, Damian Wayne, 5 years old and terrifyingly competent, immediately calls Bruce father and begins judging everyone in sight. Jason Todd, the new Robin, is loud, reckless, and very unimpressed with the miniature assassin correcting his posture. And Bruce is left with a new, very small, extremely opinionated son, and absolutely no idea what he's doing. Without further ado, this is Chapter 1. It started as most things did, with a patrol that should have been simple. Fridays used to be easier, back when Dick Grayson had been Robin. Fridays meant light patrol, easy banter, and someone who understood how Bruce worked without needing to be told. Now, Fridays meant Jason Todd, new, reckless, sharp-edged, and too fast to think before acting. "Come on, B, you're dragging," Jason called, already halfway across the rooftop before. Bruce hadn't even finished scanning the street below. Bruce said nothing. He moved anyway. Jason wasn't Dick. He wasn't careful. He wasn't patient. He didn't trust. Bruce, not really. And Bruce hadn't exactly made that easy. Bloodhaven lingered in the back of his mind like a bruise he kept on pressing. Because Dick wasn't Robin anymore. Because Dick had left. Because they hadn't fixed it. Because every time Bruce thought about calling him, the argument replayed itself. "I'm not Robin anymore. You don't get to control me." The mugging at the dock should have been routine. It wasn't. Bruce noticed it first, his stance, the tension, the way the supposed victim held himself like someone trained, not terrified. Jason didn't. Jason lurched forward. "Hey, hands where I can see—" The attacker surrendered too quickly. The victim didn't run. Bruce's instinct screamed, too late. "Beloved," Bruce turned, and there she was. Talia al Ghul stood on the dock like she owned it. Because, in a way, she always did. Jason immediately shifted, stepping closer to Bruce, wary but defiant. "You know her?" Bruce didn't answer. His attention was locked on the small figure standing beside her. Not a bundle. Not an infant, a child. The boy couldn't have been older than 5. He stood straight. Too straight for a child. Hands clasped behind his back like a soldier at attention. His expression was carved from stone, dark eyes sharp and assessing, calculating, unimpressed. Bruce felt something in his chest drop. "No," he said flatly, "absolutely not." Talia smiled faintly. "He is yours." Jason choked. "What?" The boy's gaze flickered to Jason, then dismissed him immediately before returning to Bruce. "Father," he said, calm, certain, like it was a fact. Like it had always been a fact. Everything stopped. Bruce didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't think, until Talia stepped forward and took the boy's hand, guiding him closer. "There is a conflict within the League," she said, voice smooth and detached. "He is safer here." "You're leaving him?" Bruce said, the accusation sharp. "I am protecting him. You're abandoning him here." Talia's expression didn't change. "Do not fail him, detective." And then she was gone, just like that. Silence. Jason stared at Bruce, then at the kid, then back at Bruce. "You have a kid?" he demanded. Bruce didn't answer, because the child, Damian, was still staring at him, judging him, measuring him like Bruce was the one being evaluated. "Your posture is poor," the boy said finally. Jason blinked. "Excuse me?" "You are loud, undisciplined, inefficient." Damian continued, eyes narrowing slightly. "You would not survive long in the League." Jason took a step forward. "Oh, I know this tiny assassin didn't just—" "Robin!" Bruce snapped. Jason stopped. Barely. "Oh, so he gets to call you that now?" Jason shot back. "What, you just collect kids and hand out titles?" Bruce flinched, because that hit something too close to Dick. Damian tilted his head. "You are Robin?" he asked. Jason, unimpressed. "Yeah." Jason snapped. Got a problem with that? Damian considered him, then said simply, yes. Jason lunged. Bruce caught him before he got 2 steps. Enough! Jason struggled. He started it! He's 5. He's evil. I am superior, Damian corrected calmly. Bruce closed his eyes for a brief moment. This was a mistake, a disaster, a nightmare. He had a son raised by the League of Assassins. A son who insulted people like it was breathing. A son who... Are you always this incompetent? Damian asked. Or is this a special occasion? Jason made a strangled noise. Bruce exhaled slowly. We're going home. Wayne Manor. Later, Alfred opened the door, paused, looked at Bruce, looked at Jason, looked at a small, murderous child standing between them. I see, said Alfred Pennyworth calmly. We've acquired another one. Jason pointed immediately. Not mine. Damon crossed his arms. Obviously. Bruce walked past them both. I need a DNA test. From across the room, the phone rang. Alfred answered, paused, then looked at Bruce with something unreadable. Master Dick is on the line. Everything in the room shifted. Jason went still. Bruce froze. Damian looked between them, curious. Put him through, Bruce said finally, a beat, then, B? Nightwing's voice, sharp, controlled, not warm. I heard, said Nightwing. You want to explain why you suddenly have a kid? Jason snorted. Yeah, good luck with that. Bruce didn't respond immediately, because across the cave, Damian was watching him again, waiting, judging, like the answer mattered. Alright guys, and that is the end of chapter 1 of Baby Assassin by Candace W.T. I hope you guys liked it, and see you next chapter.